really good opportunity to win on the road.
NC State in white, Pitt in the road blue. We are underway here in Raleigh. Wednesday night in the ACC, and it's the Wolfpack that start with the basketball.
Michael O'Connell on the top of the floor, number 12 in white, getting his third consecutive start, running the offense for Kevin Keats.
And since the Wolfpack have moved to the 4 guards and DJ Burns starting lineup, they've won 2 straight, trying to make it 3 in a row, and it's Burns who opens the scoring.
It's a tough matchup for anybody on DJ Burns in a one-on-one.
Into the era of 5th and 6th year seniors and transfer portal, Jeff Capel has 2 freshmen in his starting lineups, both in the backcourt. Lob to Federico off the mark.
Like most teams in the ACC, they try to put DJ Burns in multiple combination ball screen offense. Here he is going to score the first. Oh, I thought he was going to score the first 2 buckets.
You jinxed him. It rolled around but did not drop.
He has to be aggressive on the offensive end to make up for the drop coverage that he's going to play in on the defensive end.
Offensive rebound, Hinson. Second chance, Hinson, he's not shy to let it fly, and that's why.
Hey, this is the best three-point shooter in the ACC in terms of makes. He is 5th in the league in percentage.
Morcell trying to answer with a triple. Can't connect.
Transition defense for both teams would be really important. And there's Hinson again.
Oh, that rolled around, but it was halfway down, but didn't fall. He's feeling it early.
He's always looking to score. That guy is their top scorer, one of the best scorers in the ACC at 18 points a game. I'm talking about Blake Hinson.
Horne, another hot hand. Buries his first attempt to the ball game. 62 threes, 3rd most in the ACC. DJ Horne is the reigning player of the week in the conference.
His confidence on the offensive end just keeps growing for NC State.
Here's Jaland Lowe. The floater falls for the freshman. He's come on really strong, 11 points per game in ACC play to join Carrington as the 2 freshmen in the backcourt for Pitt.
There's this Iverson cut, and it goes into a ball screen. Federico jumping out on a hedge. Good recovery, though, by Carrington.
9 seconds to shoot. Here's Jaden Taylor. In attack mode, pull up pop, left it short.
This is a Pitt team that rebounds the ball really well. 75% on the defensive end, which means it's not an up the line overplaying cover. They're in the gaps. Their ball screen coverage is underneath, and they do a good job of rebounding.
Hinson into traffic, draws the foul. Both of these teams, Debbie, play with such great tempo that transition defense is such a key tonight.
I think that's the most important key for both teams. You got to find number 2 if you're NC State. Blake Hinson going to the free throw line. We've already seen him knock down a contested triple. And he's got incredible range.
And what's incredible is you take a look at his made threes this year, and he's a catch-and-shoot guy. Everybody knows it, and you still can't stop him.
With range, I watched every one of his three-point makes on Synergy, and he's got 57 catch-and-shoot and 17 dribbles to score those 74. And we already saw 1 catch-and-shoot 3. He's quick to get into his rhythm, and you got to find him early in transition.
He's at the top of every single scouting report, and yet he continues to deliver, much like Burns. Kick out, O'Connell, he can't connect from deep.
If you can double and make DJ Burns keep the ball on the same side of the floor, your defense is already loaded up to that side.
Pitt's playing their best basketball this season. They've won 4 of their last 5. Carrington making it look easy.
Really nice 45 cut is what that is from the weak side. It's the 45-degree angle, and it's a great cut in good timing.
Burns trying to bully his way in, and he does.
He's so skilled when he can get to that right shoulder with that strong left finish.
Lowe, usually a master of the mid-game, missed that one. Here's Burns, the crossover. DJ Burns, he's been super aggressive tonight. Draws the foul there. He'll be at the line when we come back, as we're just getting started here in Raleigh. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Cologuard. And if they have strong Februaries or on the bubble right now, bolster that resume and get in again.
Absolutely. I mean, these are two teams that have plenty of quad one opportunities in front of them. Pitt has proven to be a very good road team because their guard play has been outstanding. When you look at what the bracket would look like at the ACC tournament today, NC State getting that double bye, which every coach in the league will tell you is so critical to having an opportunity to win.
You think about that. The Wolfpack sitting 7-4 in conference play. The number 4 team, if the tournament started today, they'd get that double bye, and yet Kevin Keats is worried about bracketology and the bubble.
You got to take care of business, right? Pitt comes in here 4-2 in true road games. Kevin Keats knows how important winning at home is, and they've played well here. They've won the last 2 games at home. They beat Miami, they beat Georgia Tech.
Great press break, Carrington, way too easy, hammers it home. That's how you break the press, huh?
Yeah, and poor execution. You can't let the ball get behind you.
A Pitt team playing with a lot of confidence. They've won 4 of their last 5, playing their best basketball here in February.
They show some zone.
They can keep stringing them together, particularly on the road. They will go back to the NCAA tournament back-to-back years. NC State trying to do the same. Great hustle. Debbie almost had it here. O'Connell swiped it right to our broadcast location. Debbie, I thought you were going to take the charge.
Well, I was getting ready to shoot it, I'll be honest with you. But this is Carrington who gets behind the NC State defense. And that's not just breaking the pressure, that's attacking it. So let's see when NC State will come back with the situational press. It's just a one-time press. Both these coaches are very prepared to tweak, change, and dig a little deeper into their offensive bag.
Hinson lines up a 3 and drills it. Blake Hinson, he's already got 2 triples.
I mean, he's 42% outside the arc. He's a tremendous catch and shoot. And he's getting those 3s out of the quarter court offense.
He has 8 of Pitt's 14 early. Morsell, before he got the shot up, traveled.
This is excellent ball movement. Carrington gets a piece of the paint. Hinson just spots up. Carrington collapses the NC State defense and swings it because Carrington is so good at making those plays with his 6'6" frame.
Don't you watch Pitt and you just see a team playing with a lot of confidence right now?
I mean, they've got rim protection. They're very good defensively. They understand their roles. They got a go-to guy in Hinson who can make shots. And they've got 2 guards in the backcourt that are really starting to play.
They've opened up an 8-point lead here, 7-0 run. They've made 3 straight.
I mean, remember, this is a Pitt team that went into Cameron and beat Duke.
Very confident road team. Middlebrooks, count it, plus the foul, Ben Middlebrooks.
This is a nice pick and roll right here, middle of the floor, wide open. Shooters on the weak side. And Pitt maybe a little hugged up on the weak side, allowing Middlebrooks a wide open lane to the rim.
And he converts the and one.
Here comes a press off of free throws.
Usually it gives teams trouble, particularly in this building, but Pitt has been breaking it with ease so far tonight. And the Panthers shooting 6 of 10 to start the game. Hinson lost his footing. Got it off to Guillermo Diaz-Graham first, who draws the foul. Kevin Keats is so good in this building. Take a look at the last 2 seasons, 26 and 4 at home. One of those 4 losses, though, a year ago to this Pitt team. So Blake Hinson knows what it's like to win in this building. He was part of that NCAA tournament team a year ago for the Panthers.
Guillermo playing without his brother, who is his twin, who's out with an ankle injury. He's done for the rest of the year. So the front line is a little bit smaller, or I should say not smaller. There's 7-footers out there. There's a little less depth in the front line.
Here's Dennis Parker into the game. Taylor recovers it, 10 seconds to shoot. Poach from behind. This time Pitt comes up with it.
Got to stop the ball.
Lowe takes it himself and hits it. Jaland Lowe. Timeout, Kevin Keats. Pitt a 9-point lead on the road here in Raleigh. Pitt Panther resume so far here in 2024. Debbie Antonelli, Jay Alter with you. You almost have to separate November and December and now January and February because he has such a young team, lost so much talent off the team that went to the tournament a year ago. They are playing as good basketball as anybody, particularly on the road here in February.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, Coach Capel, Coach of the Year last year in this league. And this is a team, those guards, I saw him practice in September, and the big question mark he had was, what kind of pace can we play? How quickly will they adjust? Well, Carrington and Lowe have done a fantastic job of adjusting to pace in the ACC.
Horne triggers the 3, off the mark. Battle for the offensive board. Foul called against Ish Leggett, so it'll stay with the Wolfpack.
Ish Leggett, a player that has given Jeff Capel double figures off the bench the last, or in 16 games. Last 5, he's been almost 15 points a game off the bench.
Here's Horne, gives it up for Middlebrooks. An NC State team that's still trying to find their rhythm tonight offensively. It's 4 of 10 to start. Middlebrooks has done well getting inside, though.
Doing a really good job of getting into the chest of Guillermo Diaz-Graham and using the rim so that he can't block a shot. It's a really good shot blocking team. Good rim presence by Pitt.
Lowe's been calling his own number a lot tonight. That doesn't fall, though.
Jeffress does a really good job of finding DJ Horne in transition early.
Middlebrooks again. Missed it. Bounces out to Leggett. Ish Leggett spinning his way to the rim. Great move in transition.
Really quick. Pitt has done a nice job of pushing the ball, setting the pace because they are a tremendous defensive rebounding team.
Parker, pull up pop, missed it. Pitt seems really dialed in defensively right now.
Yeah, and they're really good defensively on the glass. You see NC State's not even sending anybody to the old boards. They're getting back in transition.
Carrington, nobody picked him up. Bub Carrington and the Panthers up 11 now on the road.
Just a lack of awareness on the weak side by NC State's defense. And a really good take by Carrington.
NC State needing something. Go back to Middlebrooks, and he's delivered. He has 7 of the Wolfpack 15.
Really good vision by O'Connell as well. They go 2-man naked side. Shooters on the opposite side. And right now, Pitt's doing a really good job on DJ Horne. They're not really letting him get a catch. He's going to have to catch fire here for NC State.
Backdoor open. Jeffress runs through it. Everything but the finish. Back to Middlebrooks. Why not? He's had the hot hand. And he draws the foul. Ben Middlebrooks at the line when we come back, but right now it is all Pittsburgh. The Panthers leading by 9 on the road. Speaking with Wolfpack head coach Kevin Keats before the game, he said in wins this year, we've done it with defense. 3rd in the ACC in scoring defense. They've held 16 teams this season below their scoring average. Well, tonight here at home, Pittsburgh shooting 60% from the floor. They've already scored 24 points 10 minutes into this contest.
Yeah, I mean, Pitt is running their stuff. They're accelerating through their sets when they're in the quarter court. They're getting some buckets in transition, and Blake Hinson has already got 2 triples in the game. Now for NC State, I was at practice yesterday. They haven't followed the defensive scout yet that Kevin Keats laid out for them. They got to know personnel, and they've got to help on the weak side, and they got to be locked in the gaps. They're not getting back in transition, and they've only turned the ball over 2 times, but Pitt's been able to push off those 2 turnovers. So NC State's got to get locked in on the defensive end right here.
And the Wolfpack, they've yet to force a turnover 10 minutes into this game. It's been relatively easy for Pitt offensively.
NC State going with a bigger lineup on the floor with Middlebrooks and Diarra, and they're switching 1 through 5.
Lowe lobs it up. Diaz-Graham couldn't finish it. It stays with the Panthers.
Some teams switch to contain. NC State is switching to steal right now. They're trying to get out of the passing lane.
Carrington misfires. NC State, we just talked about the defense. They get a stop there. Now can they string a couple together and get some makes on the offensive end? Diarra right into Hinson. Kicks it out. Taylor. 7 seconds to shoot.
DJ Horne grimacing a little bit.
Taylor has to hoist it. Shot clock was winding down. And you're right about Horne. He's trying to shake something off here at the top of the 3-point line. Middle of the court. 0 in white. Hinson, meanwhile, going into a double team, and he travels. Now, what a terrific slate this Saturday on ESPN, and it's highlighted by a sonic blockbuster in the Big 12. Baylor and Kansas, that Saturday, 6 Eastern time on ESPN.
Always a fun environment at Fog Allen. And let me just say this about Blake Hinson. As good of a 3-point shooter as he is, Jay, he has 14 total assists on the season in 22 games. Okay? He's got 2 assists in the game right now. He's looking to be more balanced in distributing the basketball. Usually he goes to the paint to score, and that's the way people defend him.
Burns back into the game, spinning through a triple team, and he beats them all to put it up and in.
He's got such quick footwork. You got to mix up when you bring the help, when you bring the double.
Points in the paint, the name of the game right now for NC State.
And Kevin Keats is rotating through. We're going back to the big lineup again. Rotating through that 5 spot, trying to get some consistency there. They're going to call a foul right here on Taylor.
The first on the transfer from Butler. Sends Bub Carrington to the line.
Carrington swipes it through Lowe. Not sure. He's got him on the elbow.
Carrington up to 7 points tonight. He sports the number 7. And when you take a look at freshmen in the ACC, my vote right now would go to Bub Carrington for Freshman of the Year.
Well, he's been fantastic, and he also provides on the right side of the stat sheet the box score: rebounds, assists, steals. He's got the full floor game. He's already had a triple-double for Jeff Capel.
he really does it all for this Pitt team and his leadership. With just a freshman, you can see the energy and the respect that his teammates have for him.
You got to cut off the entry to DJ Burns. Look how everyone reacts to him. You got to go swing, swing off that pass.
Offensive rebound, Diarra keeps it alive. Kick out, Horne a three, and he buries it. DJ Horne, one of the hottest hands in the ACC.
Well, Hinson's made the most threes in the ACC. Horne's made the third most.
Leggett kept the dribble alive, doesn't fall. Diarra lines it up, and it rims out. It was halfway down.
Probably not the first option on the first pass, though, Jay. You got to move the ball. You got to make the defense work.
Would you say that if it dropped?
Well, if it goes in, I mean, but I don't think it's a good habit on the offensive end.
I've never heard you say not shoot it. You're always about shooting
Not on the first pass.
That's true. Leggett trying to muscle through Morcell, lost the handle. Up ahead, Horne. He has a mismatch here. Decides to shoot and drills it. DJ Horne, back-to-back triples, cuts the lead in half.
You know, he's earned the right to shoot it whenever he wants it to shoot it. Horne doing a good job of playing off the switch, knocking down the back-to-back threes, and NC State's got a little momentum.
Now Pitt led by as many as 11 in his first half. NC State has shrunk the lead to 3. Debbie Antonelli, how have the Wolfpack done it?
Well, how about a little DJ Horne with some threes is what's done it. He's made 3 out of 4, and he looks good shooting them, and he's getting into rhythm, which is not a good sign for Pitt.
And Pitt has gone cold offensively. They've missed 5 in a row here.
There's Hinson.
Step back. Blake Hinson, nothing but the bottom of the net.
He's so good. And Jeff Cable can put him anywhere on the floor, and he can be successful. And that was a long 2, so at least Diarra ran him off the three-point line.
First made field goal in nearly 5 minutes for Pittsburgh. Burns trying to answer, and he does. DJ Burns up to 9 points.
So a really good set that Kevin Keats hadn't run yet. A little ghost action up on top, and then you get Burns in the short corner. He's terrific behind the defense when he operates out of that short corner.
Carrington in attack mode. Leaves it for Federico. Federico puts it up and in.
You have to stay home on the shooters for Pitt, so a little two-man game where they clear it out. That's a great delivery by Carrington. He can get to the paint anytime he wants. He's so good off the bounce.
Morcell corrals it, leaves it for Diarra. He puts it in.
Really nice cut. Working without the basketball. NC State bringing more pressure. I think they've changed the rhythm of their offense because they've also been able to pick up their tempo on the defensive end. Sometimes that's how you can stimulate your offense.
Hinson for 3. Missed it that time. Usually he's automatic. Horne a transition triple. Too much on it. This could turn into a 3-point shootout between those two guys.
That's all right with me. They're so good. Fun to watch.
Five seconds to shoot. The freshman Lowe in trouble, and he traveled. We've got a terrific women's basketball matchup for you Thursday, 6 Eastern time on ESPN. Number 12 Notre Dame taking on 15th ranked Louisville. How good is the ACC in women's hoops this year?
Well, there's 9 teams seeded. Not on the bubble, on the women's side. No other league has that. And there's a big game here in Raleigh tomorrow night as well. Virginia Tech comes back into town, and NC State and Virginia Tech both on the top of the standings with Louisville on the women's side.
Horne buries it and ties it at 30.
And that's where Burns is so dangerous on the skip cross court when you don't mix up how you bring the double to him. He sees the floor so well. What a great target, too. 4 triples for DJ Horne.
NC State has erased an 11-point deficit. Foul called on Casey Morsell. Close, competitive game. NC State has thrown a counterpunch here.
If you bring the double and make him a passer, you can't let him see to the other side of the floor. DJ Horne knocking down his 4 triples. Nobody's happier than Burns.
DJ Horne.
Well, it helps when one of the best three-point shooters in the ACC starts to get hot. He shoots 42% outside the arc. He's got 4 triples. He is hunting his own shot all first half, and it has paid off for NC State. It's helped them dig back in this game to tie it up at 30.
Yeah, look at the last 15 games. Shooting 46% out of the timeout. Blake Hinson, that's exactly what Pitt needed. He had the hot hand early, but only 2 points in the last 7 minutes before that triple.
You have to absolutely run him off the three-point line. He's going to make some tough ones, and you can live with it. But coming off a dead ball, timeout, ATO, and a sideline out of bounds, or baseline out of bounds, and you let him get that look.
Here's Burns. 5 seconds to shoot. DJ Burns missed it. Bounces to Leggett. And Horne commits the foul in transition. That's his second.
Baseline out of bounds, off a timeout. Casey Morsell's got to have better discipline than that. Can't take that shot fake, and he dribbled.
So usually he's a catch and shoot guy, like we told you earlier. That 3 fires Pitt back in front. Hinson leads the Panthers with 13. That's the catch and shoot. Didn't have the angle.
But Taylor did a great job on him. Or it was Taylor, excuse me. He was on his hip, blocking trail off the screen, and was right there to contest. So this time, no double from Pitt. Federico trying to stand him up.
Burns couldn't quite spin his way free there.
That's why Jeff Capel mixes it up on him. You got to keep DJ Burns off balance.
Lowe, a transition 3, nothing but the bottom of the net. Back-to-back threes for Pitt.
When you come across the midcourt line, transition defense, you have to match up. You can't run to the paint. You got to find shooters beyond the arc. Usually in transition, Jay, you sprint back to the paint and then you find a matchup. Well, not when you're playing Pitt. Wide open in transition, the lefty does a nice job sticking it from outside the 3.
And Lowe's up to 9, the freshman averaging 11 in ACC play. He's really emerged over the course of this season. Pitt, who started this game shooting 9 from 13 from the floor, built an 11-point lead, then went cold, starting to find their offensive rhythm again. Carrington slides, called for the travel.
That is back-to-back brilliant defensive efforts by Jalen Taylor. Because Federico sets the high ball screen and rolls. He's only going to roll. And Taylor gives him a bump, and then he gets back out to his matchup. He does a terrific job of playing his position really well on defense.
Diarra right into Hinson, and then got caught between a shot and a pass.
Maybe Diarra trying to do a little too much. Kevin Keats showing a lot of patience over there.
Well, since his team tied this game at 30, they're on a 3-minute scoring drought that's allowed Pitt to regain the lead. Federico into the double team. Diarra swats it away. Stays Pitt ball.
Federico for Pitt does his job really well, and at the rim he's got to finish this right there. He's a rim roller, a rim runner, a put back and a drop off guy. He's not going to make a post move, but when he catches it on the move, he can finish those shots typically.
Lowe has a step on Middlebrook. So crafty. Gets to the rim.
Well, Diarra on the strong side can't come off and help, so the help's got to come from the other side of the floor, and that's great spacing by Pitt.
Pitt trying to end this first half on an 8-0 run since the Wolfpack tied it at 30.
Got to go.
Down to 5 seconds. O'Connell dispossessed by Lowe. Here's the freshman beating the buzzer. It was good if it went. Jaland Lowe, terrific first half. What a duo.
Is going to have to be better.
Yeah, these were 2 tournament teams a year ago. February, all about bolstering that NCAA tournament resume. 2 teams very much on the bubble. This would be a critical conference win for either one of these teams. Both teams tonight came in riding 2-game win streaks, so Pitt trying to make it 3 in a row and get a vital road win. Jaland Lowe had a terrific first half, and he picks up where he left off. Jaland Lowe, this freshman, coming on strong. He's got 13 points tonight.
I mean, Pitt does such a good job of spacing, accelerating, changing their space and pace, moving the ball. They ended the half not bringing a double to DJ Burns.
And Federico is wide, blocks it there. He has stood tall. Low and one. He just floated it up there, and the freshman gets it to fall, plus the foul.
In transition. That's called a Euro. What balance to be able to finish. Incredible first half. And he starts the second half off on fire.
He is now Pitt's leading scorer tonight. This is the largest lead of the game for either team at 13.
So the last 2 times the ball's gone to the block, Pitt has not brought a double to DJ Burns. I'd let him keep going to work in that matchup if I was Kevin Keats. You know he can score on that.
Well, they go right back to Burns, and he delivers right on cue, Debbie.
Well, they got a switch, and DJ Burns does a good job of coming away from the block and then diving back down. Good assist by the Wolfpack.
Burns has 11, all of them in the paint. NC State has half of their scoring in the paint, a lot of that Middlebrooks and Burns. When they were building momentum in the first half, it was because they were pounding it inside, working through Burns and Middlebrooks. They had kind of went away from that.
Well, and Pitt on this end right here, and for NC State, you can't just guard the action. You got to guard the ball, okay? Just because you see the screen coming, you're trying to jump on top of it. O'Connell that time gave Carrington a direct line drive to the rim.
Our NBA Saturday primetime matchup on ABC and the ESPN app is Devin Booker and the Suns taking off Steph Curry and the Warriors. Coverage tips off with NBA Countdown, 8 Eastern Time, 5 Pacific.
How about this freshman backcourt for Pitt, giving Pittsburgh the largest lead in the game?
To start 2 freshman guards in the ACC is a tough task, and yet Jeff Capel has coached them up. They have come through for him. Just like DJ Burns continues to deliver for NC State, he has 13 to lead the pack.
Well, and NC State down double digits in the first half. This is part of the way they got back in it. See, again, O'Connell got to guard the ball, not the action. Keep the ball in front.
Burns rips it away from Carrington, who commits the foul.
I'll tell you what, Taylor is blowing up stuff on the defensive end for NC State. This is a nice rim roll and delivery by O'Connell. And then look at Taylor right in the mix on all that.
Burns like a defensive tackle going for the fumble. He's not afraid to put his body on the line.
No, he's not. He's not afraid to hit the deck for a loose ball.
O'Connell all the way to the rim, missed it. O'Connell calling for a goaltend.
That was a really good read by O'Connell that time. You just got to finish that play. Did he get a piece of that? Above the rim. The ball was on the way up. It's good no call by the officials.
That drops in, plus the foul for DJ Horne. He's been the king of the three-pointer tonight. Now he can get one the old-fashioned way. Can't convert. So the lead stays at 9 for Pitt. It's been on the back of these two freshman guards, Carrington and Lowe. Mix in a little Blake Hinson as well. Here's Hinson.
Basically more so, you got to go over the top of that screening action, and you got to really work to close the space on Hinson.
Jaland Lowe misfired. Tried to squeeze it through the back door to no avail there to Taylor.
NC State's going to have to pick up their body language, their energy, all of that right now to get back in this, right? I feel like there's a little dip in the game. Not for Pitt, though.
Well, usually in this building, you can count on a ton of energy, a ton of defensive pressure from Kevin Keats' team, and it has felt a little flat. Part of that is the way Pitt has really controlled this game. Panthers have led by as many as 13 in the driver's seat here on the road. Hinson, eyes on the timer, 5 seconds to shoot. Squeezes it to Carrington for an open three, missed it. Up ahead, O'Connell. Maybe the Wolfpack could get something in transition, and they do. First bucket of the night for Michael O'Connell.
And I think one of the first transition buckets for NC State. NC State's defense has been much more disruptive the last couple of possessions, just more aggressive on this end of the floor.
Carrington, wave off the basket, called for an offensive foul. Jeff Capel not happy.
You watch the transition game. When you defensive rebound and your guards get on the glass, you can push a lot faster. Good advance pass by Horne. Good finish by O'Connell. There's the push-off. See, NC State's defense made Carrington dribble that entire possession.
And that's the third foul on Bub Carrington, so he has to come out of the game. It's fallen into a scoring drought for the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's allowed the Wolfpack to go on a mini 6-0 run. Horne looking for more. How did he do it?
You know what? He is so good, Jay, off that Iverson action into a ball screen where he can get enough separation off the bounce with his quick bounce off and his quick dribble. He's so explosive.
The body control to get that up and in. Kevin Keats wanted a 10-second violation called.
See, Pitt is late getting into their stuff right here.
Hinson a three. Missed it. Offensive rebound, second chance. Zach Austin lines it up and drills it.
That's a big bucket for Zach Austin.
The North Carolina native with his first made basket of the night, and it's a huge three. That three ended an 8-0 NC State run. Wolfpack in a much better rhythm offensively. Horne misses the three.
DJ Horne moves so well without the ball.
A foul called on Middlebrooks. Jaland Lowe in control. Pitt leads by 8.
Jaland Lowe controlling the ground, and so is DJ Horne. With a little contact, he handles and finishes, and then off the offensive rebound, Zach Austin sticks it. 8-point Pitt lead.
Monday night here in Raleigh was the 19th annual Play for K game, celebrating the life of legendary head coach Kay Yao. Nobody does more for this amazing event and cause than you, Debbie Antonelli. You spin more plates than Red Panda helping this thing be put on. Yeah. What a special night. You raised $538,000 for the Kay Yao Cancer Fund surrounding this year's game. Incredible.
It's a special night in Raleigh, that's for sure, but the Play for K games are all over the country, and it's created a lot of awareness. It has raised some money for research, and it has served the mission of helping those in the underserved communities. It's been a fun celebration with all those survivors, and there was a 37-year cancer survivor on the court.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive.
Program record amount raised this year.
Yeah, that's
it just
amazing.
gets bigger and better each and every year. And next year, I imagine you have something special planned for what will be the 20th annual
That's right.
game.
It would be on Kay Yao Court. You couldn't find a better place to be, that's for sure. It's a great celebration. NC State did a lot to help the Kay Yao Cancer Fund.
Well, here at PNC Arena 2 nights later, NC State trailing by 10. Pittsburgh on the back of their two talented freshmen, Jaland Lowe and Bub Carrington, in control. DJ Horne, he's got something to say about it. His 5th triple of the night. He's got 19.
DJ Horne, you shoot till your arm falls off, young man. You are hot from outside the arc.
66 threes made on the season, 3rd most in the ACC. 5 of those coming tonight. Foul called on Middlebrooks.
So going to break, we talked about how Lowe controls the ground. That's an example of it right there. He attacks the hedge and the outside hip. Deflection by Pitt, and his 5th triple by Horne. And look at DJ Burns, he loves it.
Here's Lowe, a game high, 18.
Look how low he plays the game. Now this time he turns it over.
Leggett gets it right back. Ish Leggett, how about the hustle? But he couldn't finish it. Middlebrooks swiped it.
Well, Ben Middlebrooks has done a good job with his minutes tonight. Off the bench, he's drawn some fouls on the front line. He's done a nice job of playing his role, and then here Leggett with a steal, and then look at the hustle by Middlebrooks to get back and allow NC State to set their defense.
And Blake Hinson lost the handle. He's only attempted 1 shot in this second half. Usually he is not shy to let it fly, but he's letting the guards operate right now.
He's passed the ball more than he usually passes. That's all right. We got plenty of time left for him to get some shots up.
Here's Horne. He's got the hot hand, maybe the hottest hand in all of the ACC. Middlebrooks had 7 points in the first half. That's his first bucket of the second.
When you go against DJ Burns every day in practice, you learn how to score around the rim. In the one-on-one against the 7-footer, you got to get into his body because he's a shot blocker. It's exactly what Ben Middlebrooks does. It's a great finish with his offhand.
Who was it off of last? They say it stays Pitt's way. Home fans don't like it, neither does Kevin Keats.
26 seconds. 6 seconds to get the ball over the timeline.
Taylor did get a touch on it. Lowe squeezes it in. Diaz-Graham rocks the rim.
The acceleration, the eyes to the rim. Diaz-Graham gets behind the NC State defense.
Middlebrooks draws the foul. Well, Ben Middlebrooks, DJ Burns, and DJ Horne, those three have combined for 41 of the Wolfpack's 45. It's really just been those three producing on the offensive end tonight.
And Middlebrooks has drawn 4 fouls on the Pittsburgh defense. Carrington still is back in the lineup with those 3 fouls. DJ Horne is playing with 3 fouls.
Diarra rejected from behind. Carrington risky to go for that with 3 fouls, but he pulled it off cleanly.
That was Blake Hinson. Really did a good job of rolling up. He's done a lot of other things tonight besides score.
Yeah, not just a shooter. The extra pass finds Leggett. Can't hit it. Diarra wins the ball back, but uncomfortably. What does the Wolfpack need to do here, down 7?
I think we keep running stuff for DJ Horne until he gets tired. I mean, honestly, he's been so good.
Has it here.
Keep putting him in ball screen action.
Calls for it back, lines it up. Misfired that time. Diaz-Graham finds Leggett. He's had 2 really good looks from there, missed them both. Fancy handling from O'Connell.
Casey Morcell's been quiet tonight.
Yet to score. Fade away. That falls. Casey Morcell, first bucket of the night. And it's a big one. NC State has shaved 8 points off Pitt's 13-point lead. The Wolfpack right back in it.
When you're great.
In NC State, this has all the makings of another fun finish in the ACC. Everybody wants to talk bracketology here in February. I would be shocked if the ACC gets less than 5. I think this is a 6-bid league, if not more, Debbie. What do you think?
I mean, I agree with you. North Carolina fell off the 1 line with their loss to Clemson last night. I think these 2 teams were tournament teams last year. There's a lot of games left to be played. Wake Forest, I still say, is going to determine who wins this league. I've been saying it all season because I think that much about Steve Forbes' team and getting Damari Monsanto back, who's an incredible 3-point threat.
Well, there's 11 teams that are on the quote-unquote bubble in the ACC, and that makes it competitive each and every night. 2 of these teams are both on it, battling here in what is a critical conference contest. DJ Horne explodes to the rim, draws the foul. Everything working through Horne right now.
This is why when you get a stop and you run the floor hard, you create matchup issues in transition. And NC State's keeping the pressure on right now. I thought the NC State's defense has been disruptive. They've forced Pitt late into the shot clock in their possessions. That's how they're coming back in the game. Pitt's got to do a better job of moving the ball against the pressure.
Outstanding slate of games this Saturday on ESPN. It all starts with College Game Day at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and then our featured Sonic blockbuster, Kansas and Baylor. That's 6 Eastern time. You don't want to miss what will be another terrific Saturday here on ESPN. Third straight game for DJ Horne with 20 points or more, and he has pulled the Wolfpack back within 3. They trailed by as many as 13.
Kevin Keats has played with 2 bigs a good portion of the game tonight. He's gone back to the 4-guard lineup.
Hinson, when Pitt needs a bucket, they usually look to him. Missed it that time. Morcell off balance, missed it. They say it bounced off Morcell last, so Pitt basketball.
You know, NC State needs to just keep hitting singles right here, not try to go for the home run, right? Just move the ball, cut, pass, get Pitt in rotation. They've got it to a 1-possession game. Now Pitt's got to show some maturity right here on the road. Remember, they are a 4-2 team on the road,
including a big win right down the road at Cameron Indoor against Duke a couple of weeks ago.
Comes a late ball screen. He can hit that 3.
Missed it though. Got a good look, Diaz-Graham. Middlebrooks right into traffic. No call. Carrington, pull up pop. Can't hit it. Pitt's getting some good looks, but they've missed 5 in a row, a scoring drought of more than 3 minutes here.
Well, when you have a tendency, when you get deep into the shot clock, to look to take a quicker shot, so you don't have to go against the pressure of NC State. You got to find that balance.
For the tie, Horne can't connect. And a foul called on the floor. Diaz-Graham pulling down Middlebrooks. Yeah, Pitt has fallen ice cold at the wrong time. They've made 2 of their last 10, missed 5 in a row. It's allowed NC State to make this a 1-possession game.
And the one thing about Pitt is they have a go-to guy. When adversity hits, when they're under duress, it's Blake Hinson. So he's got to look for the ball a little bit more. They got to find him.
Into Burns. Great defense, Federico. His second block on Burns tonight. And Burns commits the frustration foul right after. This is great D.
This is one of the best shot blockers in the ACC. Pitt leads the league in block shots. He stands DJ Burns up and does a great job of not fouling. Burns picks up his second foul. But Jay, 2 fouls for DJ Burns. He's not going to play the rest of the 9 minutes. He's got to stay aggressive on the floor with his minutes.
Parker bumped Leggett. The foul started to pile up here. Pitt enters the bonus and will be shooting 1-and-1 the rest of the way. That's a long time. 9:24 remaining on the clock to be shooting on every foul. Leggett makes the front end. Pitt is a perfect 12 for 12 from the foul line tonight. Leggett knocks them both down. That's going to be a weapon for Pitt in the bonus the rest of the way. And a good foul shooting team.
Well, and NC State has been really good at applying pressure and trying to get Pitt off balance, and Pitt just keeps responding. Got to keep cutting on the weak side.
Burns spinning his way free. That time he got the better of Federico.
He gets to that right shoulder, forget about it. I mean, he is going to score. Pitt is not bringing a double, and they haven't brought the double all second half. They did bring the double team some in the first.
Leggett trying to back his way down. Dumps it to Federico. Back up top, Carrington. Pull up pop. Carrington off the mark, no good.
Breon Pass doing a good job with his minutes on the defensive end.
Right back to Burns. Everything going through DJ Burns right now, and that's why.
Too easy. So let's see what Jeff Capel does next time, because Kevin Keats is going to throw it right back in there.
Carrington draws contact and a foul called.
Okay, this is not DJ Burns' fault. Breon Pass has got to keep the ball in front of him. You can't keep getting to the second level. Burns with the offhand just buries him.
DJ Burns of the home fans don't like the call. Carrington with a chorus of boos knocks down the first.
I mean, unfazed, playing with his 3 fouls. You see the trust that Jeff Capel has put in his hands to run the team.
Carrington buries them both. Pitt now shooting a perfect 15 for 15 from the line. And they regain their 3-point lead. Still a 1-possession game, under 8 minutes to play. Into Burns.
Here comes a double this time.
Passes out of it. Tees up Morsell for a 3, and he drills it to tie it at 56.
By DJ Burns. He's too good of a passer. He knew the double was coming. He knew Pitt had to change what they were doing.
Lowe trying to find something. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Leggett hoists the 3. Can't connect. And a foul called against the Panthers. All the momentum with NC State right now, Debbie.
You play DJ Burns in single coverage, he punishes you by backing you in the paint. When you bring the double, he sees you go swing, swing, bucket, Wolfpack. We got a game.
Okay, so Domino's Perfect Combo includes 2 medium 1-topping pizzas, 16 Parmesan bread bites, 8...
The ACC tied at 56 with 7:07 left to play. Dennis Parker Jr. at the line, and he missed it. NC State has erased a double-digit deficit twice tonight. Pitt has led by 11. NC State rallied back, tied it at 30. Then Pitt built the lead back to 13. NC State rallied once more to tie it at 56. Offensive rebound, Federico shoved. And both teams in the bonus, so we are shooting the rest of the way on fouls.
Well, be ready to rebound, because Federico is only a 41% free throw shooter, and NC State is 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Well, Pitt has made all of theirs 15 for 15.
And he misses the front end. So even though NC State, we just mentioned, is rallied to tie it, their last lead was all the way back when it was 5-3. So they have trailed the majority of this game. Can they get the lead here? Burns into double coverage and fires the Wolfpack in front. He's got 19.
I think Kevin Keats' lineup here with the 4 guards has been part of the reason why they've been able to come back, because DJ Burns is getting hot on the block, and DJ Horne has stayed hot. The Pass is getting his minutes right now.
Lowe way over the head of Blake Hinson. Lowe went too high there. Turnover.
Isolated one-on-one. He just backs Federico into the paint. What do you figure? Burns has got 50 pounds on Federico?
Easily. Maybe 75. The way it's listed, he's got 50, but it does look like more. Spinning his way in. Everything but the finish for Burns.
DJ Burns with 19.
Jaland Lowe has it here for Pitt. He has 18 to lead the Panthers, too shy of a career high. Poked out of bounds, stays Pitt ball underneath their own hoop.
Yeah, DJ Burns is asking for a sub. And you know, Kevin Keats has done a really good job of managing DJ Burns' minutes, especially here on a defensive possession. Take him out, let him sit, get him back in on offense when you can.
Hinson, he's been quiet in the second half. Goes right in and muscles that home to tie it at 58. Middlebrook, straight cut. Foul called, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, this is where Blake Hinson is smart right here. He's not giving up a layup. That's his first foul. Make Middlebrooks earn it. It's a smart play.
Middlebrooks missed it. Stays tied at 58 on Saturday. You don't want to miss the Wolfpack at Wake Forest. That is a great game on ACC Network, 4 Eastern time, and then Georgia Tech at Boston College to follow. That's Saturday on the ACC Network. Middlebrooks missed them both. The foul shooting struggles continue for the Wolfpack. 4 of 11 from the foul line, where Pitt is 15 of 16. That's the difference in this game. Lowe somehow keeps it together. Leg it through 2, lays it up and in. Pitt back up. Horne, always a threat to let it fly. Goes in and hits it to tie it at 60.
That's a tough 2 right there.
23 points tonight for DJ Horne.
Dennis Parker's got his hands full right here, chasing Blake Hinson. He's got to deny him on a catch.
Federico takes it in the Middlebrooks. Swiped away. Tied at 60 in a critical conference game in the ACC. A fun finish coming at PNC Arena. Animated Kevin Keats huddle during the TV timeout. His team has erased a 13-point deficit in this second half, tied at 60. And you'd argue, Debbie, they've got the momentum here in the final 4 minutes of regulation.
Yeah, but that man right there, Blake Hinson, has only taken 4 shots in the second half. And I believe he's going to help Pitt finish off this game here on the road. If they're going to win, he's going to have to be able to be more assertive.
They get it into Hinson. Fires. Rattled in and out, no good. A second effort. Missed it again. Third time's the charm. Ish-legged in perfect position to grab it, put it up and in. Pitt back in front.
Federico jumps way out on that screen, and they don't tag the roller fast enough, but NC State is able to move the ball. It's a good decision by Middlebrooks. He had nothing going there.
O'Connell lost the handle. Kicks it out. Parker a 3. Can't connect. but it bounces off of Leggett, so it'll stay Wolfpack ball. A fresh shot clock at 20. And DJ Burns checking back into the game for NC State.
Officials got something on the floor here.
Trying to get some gum off the floor.
Gum. Somebody look.
Debbie, was that you at halftime?
They lost their gum out there? Are you kidding?
We're going to be here all night if they're trying to get it off. Burns back into the game.
Going back to the big lineup, Kevin Keats.
The last two games, they've primarily played 4 guards, but playing with 2 bigs down the stretch. Horne misses it short. And here's Hinson. You want the ball in his hands in crunch time. 10 seconds to shoot. Ish Leggett in attack mode.
Oh, I thought he carried it.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Leggett denied by great defense. Casey Morsell all over him there.
Casey hasn't had the best offensive night, but he's been aggressive.
Diarra had a layup and missed it.
Especially with a small on him.
That was a great opportunity to tie it at 62, and now back to try and dial in some more defense and get another stop here. Pitt clinging to a 2-point lead with 2 minutes to play. And a foul called against DJ Horne. That is his 4th. It'll send Blake Hinson to the foul line.
I mean, I'm just telling you, Blake Hinson is the go-to guy. He's doing a tremendous job right here, working off the ball. He's been patient all half. He's only taken 4 shots in the second half.
And Pitt in the double bonus, so Hinson gets 2. Makes the first.
At some point when it's time to foul, if NC State can't get a stop and a score, Federico is not a good free throw shooter. I'm sure Coach Capel will get him off the line, off the court.
Stays a 1-possession game. Kevin Keats takes a timeout. He had 3 to work with, so still 2 remaining in the final 2 minutes here. A fun finish, 1-possession game in the ACC. Stretch tied at 56, tied at 58, tied at 60, and now Pitt is nosed in front. 1-possession game. Panthers lead 63-60. Debbie Antonelli, Jay Alter with you. What's going to be the difference down the stretch?
Well, execution, no game slippage, not turning the ball over, right players taking shots. Can you get a stop?
The 2 DJs have been the 2 go-tos for NC State all season, but particularly tonight.
We were just talking about this very set in the break, about how Federico's been jumping out hard on those hedges, and NC State hasn't punished it. This is the first time that I can remember NC State and DJ Horne coming off that hard hedge that Federico is showing and attacking it to get to the line. This is good for NC State with a clock stop, but they got to make free throws.
And Horne rattles it home. He has a game-high 24 tonight.
Here comes the DJ Burns screen. Watch, Federico jumps out on it, and he picks up a foul because DJ Horne goes right at that hip. Now DJ Burns goes out for a defensive possession. It's offense-defense in late-game situations with Kevin Keats.
Horne hits them both. He's averaging 25 points a game over the last 3 games, and he has 25 tonight. 1-point game. Pitt ball. They've got the lead.
I like Blake Hinson here, coming off a pin-down action.
Ten seconds to shoot. Jaland Lowe.
He's not even looking at Hinson.
Wants to take it himself. The floater. No good.
Good defense by NC State. They have really forced Pitt to dribble a lot in the second half in their offense, where in the first half I thought Jeff Capel's team did a good job in transition and playing off the pass. We got a 1-point ball game. Timeout, NC State.
When you're great.
In close games this year, Kevin Keats has gone offense-defense with DJ Burns, and he does a nice job stacking his timeouts. He had 3 remaining in the final 2 minutes here, so he can take timeouts to get Burns back onto the court on the offensive end. And tonight, Burns has been terrific, a season-high 19 points. You have to imagine number 30 in white is getting the touch here. Trailing by 1. With 1 minute to play in regulation. Into Burns. Spins his way free. Can't finish. Bouncing around. Blake Hinson has it.
Got to play good defense here if you're NC State. And Pitt, you got to move the ball. You want to take it down to 10 seconds if you can. Jeff Capel wants to call timeout and make sure it's crystal clear who's getting this next shot. Plus, he may want to get Federico out. Look at Burns right here. Spins. Blake Hinson comes over and helps block to block. Just enough interference to force DJ Burns to miss.
Now, we've said it a few times tonight, but these 2 teams were NCAA tournament teams a year ago, both looking to bolster their tournament resume here in February. Both teams sitting on that bubble. Fine margins can determine your season. The last 43 seconds will likely determine one of these 2 teams' seasons. The winner of this game maintains what would be a 3-game winning streak. Both teams came in winning back-to-back. A critical final 43 seconds here.
Can't get beat over the top if you're NC State right here. Diarra on Hinson.
Carrington calls his own number. And in perfect position, Federico there to put it home.
Carrington explodes by. NC State doesn't keep him in front. It forces rotation and the weak side glass is open. You don't need a 3 here.
Under 20 seconds remaining. A lot of clock coming off for the Wolfpack. Morcell missed it. Diarra, the offensive rebound. Cleans up the glass. It's a 1-point game with 9.6 remaining. Kevin Keats uses his final timeout.
Well, now's when I take Federico out because I know NC State would choose him first to foul. Carrington gets by NC State, and it's Federico on the weak side. The guards for Pitt have gotten in the paint all night. Diarra with a great offensive rebound. Casey Morcell, who's had an off night, who has not made a 3. Excuse me, he did make 1 3. Had a decent look at it.
2 offensive rebounds on back-to-back possessions here in crunch time. So Pittsburgh basketball, the Panthers have 2 timeouts, whereas NC State has 0 remaining. And Pitt will be able to run that baseline, clinging to a 1-point lead.
Well, NC State's going to have to get a foul here. And you can try to get a tip or deflection very quickly. You can tell the officials, hey, we're trying to get a quick steal, a quick trap. See if you can force Pitt. Make it tough for them to get the ball in bounds. Do not get beat over the top. Jeff Capel is going to put Diaz Graham on the floor, a better free throw shooter, not much, a 59% free throw shooter. He's the person to foul if he does catch it.
Better than Federico, who's 41% on the season.
I wouldn't let Carl Carrington catch it.
Carrington at 81%, the best on the floor.
NC State switch on everything.
Into Carrington. A ton of clock coming off. 4 seconds expire. Finally, the foul comes in with 5.7. And it's the freshman Jaland Lowe who hits the line to shoot 2.
So NC State without any timeouts. Kevin Keats already put the play in here. You got to know time and score if you're NC State.
Lowe, a perfect 3 for 3 tonight from the line. Got it.
Okay, so it's a 2-point game. Now everybody needs to be aware if he makes this, NC State's going to need a 3.
The Wolfpack with no timeouts.
DJ Horne is all the way down here on this end of the floor.
He has 5 made threes tonight.
I want to get the ball in his hands as fast as I can.
Lowe, the freshman, steps up and knocks them both down. Jeff Capel takes a timeout. How about Jaland Lowe? A career-high 20 points tonight on the road here in Raleigh with the weight of the game on the freshman's shoulders, shooting into the student section, buries them both, and that gives Pitt a cushion here. 3-point lead. You know NC State's drawing up a 3-point shot.
So this is one of the conversations we had with Jeff Capel today about putting someone on the ball, inbounding. NC State can run the baseline. Let's see if they put some size on the inbounder, right?
And you asked him, what do you do up 3 with 5 seconds left?
Yep, and he said we would foul once they get across midcourt. Less than 8 seconds is what he said. So we had this conversation with Jeff Capel today at shoot-around.
You always ask the right questions.
Well, I got lucky. But you know what? What we did know, Jay, is that every game in the ACC is like this. Right? It comes down to the last play. And if I'm Pitt, I want to make NC State come back to the ball.
Into Middlebrooks, and now O'Connell.
There's
and the foul
foul
comes in.
That's exactly what Jeff Capel told us they would do.
3 seconds remaining. NC State no timeouts. And O'Connell at the line. Ideally, make the first, miss the second.
I think so. I think that's what you have to do. Let's see if Coach Capel is going to leave, you know, his 4-5 guards on the floor. You got to make sure you box out.
O'Connell misses it. So now you need a miss and to get it out.
You miss and tap it back.
Now Diarra checks in, so Diarra at 6'10", Middlebrooks at 6'10", going against Zach Austin, who's 6'7", and Blake Hinson, who's 6'8". So they've got a height advantage. O'Connell misses it. Diarra bounces it out. Morcell heaves it. No good. And Pitt holds on. What a win for Jeff Capel and the Panthers.